Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk and Tell English. I'm here to help you practice your English speaking. Today, I want to share with you how I spend my typical day from sunrise to sunset. This is a long story with many details. Listen carefully and repeat after me.
Take your time.
Practice makes perfect. Are you ready? Let's begin this journey together. Early morning. The day begins. The sun has not risen yet. The world is still dark and quiet. My bedroom is peaceful. I sleep under a warm blanket. My pillow is soft against my cheek. The room smells fresh from the open window. Then I hear a sound. Beep, beep, beep. My alarm clock rings at 5:45 in the morning. I always wake up early. I believe early mornings are the best part of the day. The sound is not too loud, but it wakes me up gently. I open my eyes slowly. They feel heavy from sleep. I blink once, twice, 3 times. The ceiling above me looks familiar. There is a small crack in the corner. I have seen it every morning for 2 years. It reminds me that I am home. I stretch my arms above my head. My muscles feel tight from sleeping. I stretch my legs under the blanket. My toes touch the end of the bed. I roll my shoulders back and forth. This helps my body wake up naturally. I sit up in my bed. The mattress is comfortable but firm. I bought it last year after saving money for 6 months. Good sleep is important for good health. I rub my eyes with the back of my hands. I yawn loudly. My cat hears me from the kitchen and meows. The room is still dark. I reach for the lamp on my bedside table. I turn it on. Soft yellow light fills the room. My eyes need time to adjust. I look at the clock again. It shows 5:50 now. I have 10 minutes before I need to get up. I listen to the sounds outside my window. A bird sings in the tree near my house. Cars drive by slowly on the street. Someone walks their dog on the sidewalk. I hear their footsteps on the concrete. The world is starting to wake up just like me. Morning routine, getting ready. At 6 o'clock, I get out of bed. My feet touch the cold wooden floor. I like the feeling. It makes me feel awake and alert. I walk to the window and pull back the curtains. The sky is light gray now. I can see clouds moving slowly across the sky. I open the window wider. Cool morning air flows into my room. It smells like rain and fresh grass. I take 3 deep breaths. The air fills my lungs and makes me feel energized. This is my favorite part of every morning. I walk to the bathroom. The tiles on the floor are cold under my bare feet. I turn on the light. The bright white light reflects off the mirror. I look at myself. My hair is messy from sleeping. My eyes are still a little sleepy, but I feel good and ready for the day. I turn on the water at the sink. I wait for it to get warm. While I wait, I do some simple stretches. I raise my arms up high. I bend to the left, then to the right. I roll my neck in small circles. These stretches help my body feel loose and flexible. The water is warm now. I cup it in my hands and splash it on my face. The water feels refreshing on my skin. I splash it again and again. My face feels fresh and clean. I dry it with a soft blue towel. I brush my teeth for exactly 2 minutes. I learned this from my dentist. She said 2 minutes is the right amount of time. I use a soft toothbrush and mint toothpaste. I brush up and down, then side to side. I make sure to clean every tooth carefully. I rinse my mouth with water. Then I use mouthwash. It tastes strong but makes my mouth feel very clean. I gargle for 30 seconds. Then I spit it out and rinse with water again. My teeth feel smooth and clean. I look in the mirror again. I comb my hair with a brown wooden comb. My grandmother gave it to me when I was young. I still use it every day. It reminds me of her love and care. I part my hair on the left side. I use a little water to make it stay in place. I wash my face with soap and water. I use gentle circular motions. The soap removes any oil from sleeping. I pay special attention to my forehead and nose. These areas get oily during the night. I rinse with cool water. My skin feels tight and clean. Family time, breakfast together. I walk to the kitchen. My family is already awake. The kitchen smells wonderful. My mother is cooking eggs at the stove. She uses a black frying pan that belonged to her mother. The eggs sizzle and bubble in hot oil. The sound is comforting and familiar. My father sits at the wooden kitchen table. He reads the morning newspaper. He wears his reading glasses that sit low on his nose. He turns each page slowly and carefully. Sometimes he makes small sounds when he reads something interesting or surprising. My younger sister Maria is 17 years old. She stands at the counter making her lunch for school. She cuts an apple into small pieces. She puts them in a plastic container. She also makes a peanut butter sandwich. She adds grape jelly and cuts into triangles. My older brother David is 25 years old. He works at a bank downtown. He drinks coffee from his favorite blue mug. He checks his phone for messages and emails. He speaks quietly, so he doesn't disturb the peaceful morning atmosphere. Our cat, Whiskers, sits near his food bowl. He is orange and white with long fur. He meows softly when he sees me. I pet his head and scratch behind his ears. He purrs loudly and rubs against my leg. Cats always know how to make people feel loved. Good morning, everyone, I say cheerfully. They all reply with warm smiles and greetings. Good morning, says Mom without turning from the stove. Morning, sleepyhead, teases my sister. Hey there, says David, looking up from his phone. Dad just nods and smiles over his newspaper. Mom serves breakfast on white ceramic plates. We have scrambled eggs with cheese, buttered toast, and sliced tomatoes from our garden. The tomatoes are red and juicy. Dad grew them himself in our backyard. He is very proud of his vegetable garden. I pour orange juice into a tall glass. The juice is cold and sweet. It tastes fresh and natural. We also have coffee, but I prefer juice in the morning. Coffee makes me feel too energetic too early in the day. I like to wake up gradually and naturally. We sit around the table together.
This is important family time.
We talk about our plans for the day. Mom will visit her friend at the hospital. Dad has a doctor's appointment. Maria has a math test at school. David has a big meeting with his boss. What about you? Asks Mom. I tell them about my day ahead. I have work until 5 o'clock. Then I will stop at the grocery store. In the evening, I plan to call my grandmother. She lives in another city, and I like to talk with her twice a week. My sister asks me to help her with English homework tonight. She is learning about past tense verbs. I agree to help her after dinner. Teaching others helps me practice my own English skills. When we teach, we learn twice as much as when we just study alone. We eat slowly and enjoy the food. Mom is an excellent cook. She learned from her mother and grandmother. The eggs are fluffy and creamy. The toast is golden brown and crunchy. The tomatoes are sweet and fresh. Everything tastes perfect together. After eating, we help clean up together. I wash the dishes in warm, soapy water. Maria dries them with a clean dish towel. David puts them away in the cabinets. Mom wipes the table and counters. Dad folds his newspaper and puts it away. Working together makes the job faster and easier. It also feels good to help each other. Family cooperation is very important. When everyone does a small part, big jobs become simple and quick. Getting ready for work. I go to my bedroom to get dressed. I open my closet and look at my clothes. Today I choose a white button-down shirt and dark blue pants. These colors look professional and clean. I also take a black belt and matching black shoes. I put on my clothes carefully. I make sure the shirt is not wrinkled. I button it all the way to the top, then unbutton the top button. This looks more casual and comfortable. I tuck the shirt into my pants and put on my belt. I sit on my bed to put on my socks and shoes. I choose dark blue socks that match my pants. I tie my shoes with double knots, so they won't come loose during the day. Comfortable shoes are very important when you walk and stand a lot. I check myself in the full-length mirror on my bedroom wall. I turn to the left and to the right. I make sure everything looks neat and professional. First impressions are important, especially at work. When you look good, you feel confident. I pack my work bag. It is a brown leather messenger bag that I bought 2 years ago. I put in my wallet, keys, and phone. I also pack my lunch that I made last night. Today I have a turkey sandwich, an apple, crackers, and a bottle of water. I add my notebook and 3 pens. I always carry extra pens because I lose them often. I also pack my English learning book. During breaks at work, I like to study new vocabulary words. Learning never stops, even during a busy workday. I check my bag one more time. Wallet, keys, phone, lunch, notebook, pens, book. Everything is there. I zip the bag closed and put the strap over my shoulder. The weight feels comfortable and familiar. I look at my phone to check the time. It is 7:15. I need to leave in 15 minutes to catch my bus. The bus comes every 20 minutes, so timing is important. If I miss my bus, I will be late for work. I go to the bathroom one more time. I brush my teeth again quickly. I check my hair in the mirror. I put on a little cologne, but not too much. Strong smells can bother other people, especially on the crowded bus. I return to the kitchen. My family is finishing their breakfast routine. I pour water into my reusable water bottle. Staying hydrated during the day is very important for good health and energy. I drink at least 8 glasses of water every day. I'm leaving now. I announce to my family. They all wish me a good day. Mom gives me a hug and says, "Work hard, but don't forget to take breaks." Dad says, "Drive safely," even though I take the bus. It's just his way of saying, "Be careful." Maria says, "Don't forget to help me with homework tonight." I promise I will. David says, "See you later," and waves from the table. These small family moments make me feel loved and supported before starting my workday. The commute, journey to work. I step outside my house. The morning air is cool and fresh. I can smell flowers from our neighbor's garden. Mrs. Johnson plants beautiful roses every spring. They are pink and red and smell sweet in the morning dew. I walk down my street toward the bus stop. It is a quiet neighborhood with small houses and big trees. I see my neighbors starting their day. Mr. Garcia waters his lawn with a green garden hose. He waves and says, "Beautiful morning, isn't it?" I wave back and agree. Mrs. Chen walks her small, white dog. The dog's name is Snowball. It has fluffy fur and bright black eyes. The dog stops to sniff everything: trees, fire hydrants, other dogs' scent marks. Mrs. Chen smiles patiently and says, "Good morning." Children wait for their school bus at the corner. They wear backpacks and carry lunch boxes. Some talk excitedly about tests and projects. Others look sleepy and quiet. One little girl practices spelling words out loud while she waits. I reach the city bus stop. 5 other people are waiting. An elderly man in a gray coat reads a thick book. A young woman in a business suit checks her phone constantly. 2 teenage students share earphones and listen to music together. The bus stop has a small shelter with a bench. It protects us from rain and sun. There are advertisements on the walls for restaurants, movies, and schools. I read them while I wait. Sometimes I learn about interesting events happening in the city. I hear the bus before I see it. The engine makes a low rumbling sound. It grows louder as the bus gets closer. Other people at the stop close their books and put away their phones. We all prepare to board. The bus stops with a loud hiss of air brakes. The doors open with a mechanical sound. The driver is a middle-aged woman with short gray hair. She wears a blue uniform and has a friendly smile. She says "Good morning" to each passenger. I climb the steps into the bus. I pay my fare with exact change, $2.50. I have a monthly bus pass, but I still like to have change ready. The driver thanks me and gives me a small paper ticket. I walk down the aisle looking for a good seat. The bus is about half full. I choose a seat by the window on the right side. This gives me a good view of the city as we drive. I place my bag on the floor between my feet. The bus starts moving. It pulls away from the curb and joins the morning traffic. The engine is loud but not unpleasant. I can feel the vibrations through my seat. The movement is gentle and rhythmic, almost like being rocked. I look out the window at the city waking up. Shop owners open their stores and flip their signs from closed to open. People walk quickly on sidewalks, carrying coffee cups and briefcases. Everyone seems focused and purposeful. We pass a small park where people exercise in the morning. Some jog on the path around a small pond. Others do stretching exercises on the grass. An elderly couple practices Tai Chi together, moving slowly and gracefully like dancers. The bus stops at several intersections to pick up more passengers. Each stop brings new faces and stories. A construction worker with a hard hat and work boots. A nurse in white scrubs carrying a medical bag. A teacher with a rolling bag full of papers to grade. I listen to conversations around me, but I try not to be nosy. A mother talks to her teenage daughter about college applications. 2 business people discuss a presentation they will give today. An elderly couple plans their grocery shopping list. Arriving at work, starting the day. The bus reaches downtown. The buildings are tall and made of glass and steel. They reflect the morning sunlight like giant mirrors. People walk quickly on the sidewalks. Everyone seems to know exactly where they're going and how to get there. My stop is in front of a large office building. It is 25 stories high, with windows all the way to the top. The building is made of gray stone and blue glass. There are small trees planted in boxes along the sidewalk in front. I press the stop button above my seat. A red light goes on and a voice says, "Stop requested." The bus slows down and pulls over to the curb. The doors open with the same mechanical sound as before. "Have a great day," says the bus driver as I walk past her. I thank her and say, "You too." Small kindnesses like this make every day a little brighter. Friendly interactions with strangers help create a sense of community in our busy city. I step off the bus onto the sidewalk. The concrete is hard under my feet after the soft, moving floor of the bus. I adjust my bag strap on my shoulder and look up at my office building. I have worked here for 3 years, but I still feel proud to be here. I join the flow of people walking into the building. The front entrance has large glass doors that open automatically. Above the doors, gold letters spell out the name of our company, Metropolitan Business Solutions. It sounds important and professional. The lobby is large with high ceilings and marble floors. My footsteps echo as I walk across the polished stone. There are comfortable chairs and small tables where people can wait for meetings. Large plants in ceramic pots add color and life to the space. I walk to the elevator bank. There are 6 elevators that serve all 25 floors of the building. I press the up button and wait. A digital display shows which elevators are coming and which floors they will stop at. While I wait, I see colleagues from my company. Sarah from accounting waves from across the lobby. Tom from marketing stands near the security desk talking to a guard. Jennifer from human resources waits at another elevator with several other people. My elevator arrives with a soft chime. The doors slide open quietly. Inside, the walls are covered with mirrors and the floor is carpeted in dark blue. There is soft instrumental music playing from speakers in the ceiling. Everything feels calm and professional. I press the button for the 15th floor where my office is located. Other people in the elevator are going to different floors, the 8th, 12th, and 20th. We stand quietly and watch the numbers change as we rise higher in the building. The elevator moves smoothly and quickly. Through the small window, I can see other buildings getting smaller as we go up. I can see cars on the street that look like toys from this height. The city spreads out below us like a detailed map. At the office, morning work. The elevator stops at my floor with another soft chime. The doors open and I step into our office hallway. The walls are painted light blue and decorated with framed photographs of the city. The carpet is gray with a subtle pattern that helps hide dirt and wear. Our office space is open with low partitions between workstations. Everyone has their own desk, computer, and small filing cabinet. The ceiling has fluorescent lights that provide bright, even illumination for reading and computer work. I walk to my desk, which is near a window overlooking the street. I can see people walking on sidewalks and cars moving through traffic. Sometimes I watch for a few minutes when I need to rest my eyes from computer work. My desk is organized the way I like it. My computer monitor is directly in front of my chair. My keyboard and mouse are positioned comfortably for my hands. I have a small lamp for extra light when I need it. There are pictures of my family in small frames. I hang my jacket on the back of my chair and place my bag in the drawer under my desk. I take out my lunch and put it in the office refrigerator. I fill my water bottle from the water cooler near the break room. Starting the day organized helps me feel prepared and confident. I turn on my computer and wait for it to start up. While it loads, I check my desk calendar to remind myself of today's appointments and deadlines. I have a team meeting at 10 o'clock and a phone call with a client at 2:30. The rest of my time is for regular project work.
My computer is ready now.
I log in with my username and password. The screen shows my desktop with folders and icons organized neatly. I have a picture of my family as my wallpaper. It makes me smile every time I see it. I open my email program to check messages that arrived since yesterday evening. There are 12 new emails. 3 are from my manager about current projects. 4 are from clients with questions and requests. 2 are company announcements about policy changes. 3 are advertising emails that I delete immediately. I read each important email carefully. I take notes on a pad of paper about tasks I need to complete today. Making lists helps me stay organized and ensures I don't forget anything important. I prioritize the most urgent items at the top of my list. My colleague Jennifer stops by my desk. She works in the same department and sits 3 desks away from me. She is friendly and helpful. We often collaborate on projects and share ideas. Good relationships with coworkers make work more enjoyable and productive. "Good morning," she says with a bright smile. "Did you have a good evening yesterday?" I tell her about my family dinner and ask about her weekend plans. She went to a movie with friends and enjoyed it very much. These small conversations help build friendships at work. She asks if I can help her with a report she is writing. It involves data analysis, which is one of my strengths. I agree to look at it during my lunch break. Helping colleagues creates a positive work environment where everyone supports each other. I begin working on my first project of the day. It involves creating a presentation for our biggest client. The presentation must explain our services and show how we can help their business grow. This is important work that requires creativity and attention to detail. I gather information from several sources. I read previous reports and client communications. I analyze data from spreadsheets and create charts and graphs. I write clear explanations that anyone can understand, even if they are not experts in our field. Mid-morning break. At 10 o'clock, it's time for our weekly team meeting. I save my work and close the files on my computer. I take my notebook and a pen. I also bring a bottle of water in case the meeting runs long and I get thirsty. The conference room is down the hall from our work area. It has a large oval table with comfortable chairs for 12 people. There are whiteboards on 2 walls for writing ideas and drawing diagrams. Large windows provide natural light and a view of the city. My team members arrive one by one. There are 8 of us, including our manager, Mrs. Rodriguez. She is an experienced professional who has worked in our industry for 15 years. She is knowledgeable, fair, and supportive of our professional development. We discuss our current projects and any challenges we are facing. Tom is working on a marketing campaign for a new client. Sarah is preparing financial reports for our quarterly review. Michael is developing a training program for new employees. I present an update on my client presentation. I explain the research I have completed and the main points I plan to include. My colleagues ask good questions and offer helpful suggestions. Teamwork makes our final products much better than anything one person could create alone. Mrs. Rodriguez announces that our company won a new contract with a large manufacturing company. This means more work and opportunities for everyone. She also reminds us about the company picnic next month. These events help build relationships outside of our daily work. The meeting ends after 45 minutes. We have covered all the important topics, and everyone knows what they need to accomplish this week. Good meetings are focused and productive. They help coordinate our efforts and keep everyone informed. I return to my desk feeling motivated and informed. I update my to-do list based on the information from the meeting. I add 3 new tasks and adjust the priority of others. Staying organized helps me manage multiple projects effectively. I work on my client presentation for the next hour. I create slides with clear titles and bullet points. I add charts and images to make the information more interesting and easier to understand. Visual elements help people remember important points. At 11:30, I take a short break. I walk to the break room and make a cup of tea. The break room has a small kitchen with a microwave, refrigerator, and coffee maker. There are also tables and chairs where people can eat lunch or take short breaks. 2 colleagues are already there having coffee and talking about their weekend activities. I join the conversation briefly. Social interaction during breaks helps relieve stress and build friendships. However, I keep breaks short so I have enough time for my work. Lunchtime, midday break. At 12 o'clock, I take my lunch break. This is an important time to rest and recharge for the afternoon work. I go to the refrigerator and get my lunch, a turkey sandwich, apple, crackers, and water bottle. I decide to eat outside today because the weather is beautiful. Our building has a small courtyard with tables, benches, and shade trees. Many employees eat lunch here when the weather is nice. The fresh air and sunshine help me feel refreshed. I sit at a table under a large oak tree. The shade feels cool and comfortable. I can hear birds singing in the branches above me. Sometimes leaves fall gently onto the table. Being in nature, even in the middle of the city, helps me feel calm and peaceful. My turkey sandwich has lettuce, tomato, and mustard on whole wheat bread. I made it last night, so it would be ready this morning. Preparing lunch at home saves money and is usually healthier than buying food from restaurants every day. While I eat, I read a few pages from my English learning book. Today's lesson is about conditional sentences, if and then statements. These are useful in both conversation and business writing. I practice making example sentences in my head. Other employees sit at nearby tables. Some eat alone and read books or check their phones. Others sit in groups and talk about work projects or personal interests. The atmosphere is relaxed and friendly. Everyone seems to enjoy this break from their busy morning. I finish eating and throw away my trash in a recycling bin near the entrance. Our company encourages recycling to help protect the environment. Small actions like this help create positive change in our community and world. I still have 20 minutes left in my lunch break. I decide to take a short walk around the block. Walking helps me digest my food and gives me energy for the afternoon work. Exercise, even light exercise, is important for maintaining good health. The sidewalks are busy with other people on their lunch breaks. Some walk quickly to restaurants or shops. Others move slowly and seem to be enjoying the fresh air like me. Street vendors sell hot dogs, pretzels, and cold drinks from small carts. I pass a small park with a fountain in the center. Water sprays up and falls back down in a continuous cycle. The sound is soothing and the mist feels cool in the warm air. Several people sit on benches around the fountain eating their lunch or just relaxing. I return to the office building feeling refreshed and ready for the afternoon work. The walk has given me energy and cleared my mind. I feel focused and motivated to continue working on my important projects. Afternoon work, staying productive. Back at my desk, I check my email again. 3 new messages have arrived during my lunch break. One is from the client I will call at 2:30. She has sent additional information for our conversation. This will help me prepare better questions and provide more helpful answers. I continue working on my client presentation. I add more detailed information to several slides. I also create handout materials that the client can keep after our meeting. These materials will help them remember our services and contact information. I practice presenting out loud quietly at my desk. This helps me identify parts that are unclear or too complicated. I revise sentences to make them simpler and easier to understand. Clear communication is essential in business relationships. At 1:30, I help Jennifer with her report as I promised this morning. We sit together at her desk and review the data analysis section. I explain different ways to interpret the numbers and suggest improvements to her charts and graphs. Jennifer is grateful for my help. She offers to review my presentation slides and provide feedback. Mutual assistance creates strong working relationships. When we help each other, everyone produces better work and learns new skills. At 2:30 exactly, I make my scheduled phone call to our client. Her name is Ms. Patterson, and she runs a medium-sized restaurant business. She is interested in our marketing and accounting services to help her business grow. I speak clearly and professionally on the phone. I listen carefully to her questions and concerns. She wants to understand how our services will benefit her specific situation. I provide detailed examples and explain our process step by step. The phone conversation lasts 45 minutes. Ms. Patterson asks many good questions about pricing, timeline, and expected results. I answer each question thoroughly and honestly. Building trust with clients is the foundation of successful business relationships. At the end of our conversation, she agrees to schedule an in-person meeting next week. This is excellent news. Face-to-face meetings allow us to understand clients better and provide more personalized service. I feel proud of my professional communication skills. I immediately write detailed notes about our conversation while the information is fresh in my memory. I record her specific needs, concerns, and questions. These notes will help me prepare for our upcoming meeting and ensure I address all her concerns. The rest of the afternoon passes quickly as I work on various projects. I update client files, respond to emails, and complete administrative tasks. This variety keeps my work interesting and helps me develop different skills. End of workday, preparing to leave. At 4:30, I begin preparing to leave the office. I save all my computer files and close programs. I organize papers on my desk and put important documents in secure filing cabinets. Leaving work organized makes the next morning easier and more productive. I update my to-do list for tomorrow. I write down tasks I need to complete and appointments I need to remember. This helps me start each day with a clear plan and reduces stress about forgetting important responsibilities. I pack my bag with items I need to take home. Tonight, I will work on some presentation slides from my home computer. I also pack my English learning book to study during the bus ride home. Using travel time for learning makes me more productive. I say goodbye to colleagues who are still working. Some people leave earlier or later depending on their schedules and workload. Flexible schedules help people balance work responsibilities with personal and family needs. Have a good evening, I say to Jennifer. Thanks again for your help today, she replies. See you tomorrow, says Tom from across the room. These friendly interactions make work feel like a community rather than just a job. I take the elevator down to the lobby, with several other employees. We talk briefly about our plans for the evening. Some are going to the gym or meeting friends for dinner. Others are going straight home to spend time with family. In the lobby, I say goodbye to the security guard. He sits at a desk near the front entrance and greets everyone who enters or leaves the building. He is friendly and remembers people's names. His presence makes everyone feel safe and welcome. I step outside into the late afternoon sunshine. The air is warmer now than it was this morning. The sidewalks are crowded with people leaving work and going home. Everyone seems to have a purpose and destination. Evening commute, traveling home. I walk to my bus stop, which is the same one where I got off this morning. The routine feels familiar and comfortable. Knowing what to expect reduces stress and makes travel more pleasant. Routines provide stability in our busy lives. There are more people waiting for the bus now than there were this morning. Rush hour means many people are traveling at the same time. I join the line of people waiting patiently for the next bus to arrive. While I wait, I observe the city around me. Street lights are beginning to turn on even though it is still daylight. Shop owners are preparing to close their businesses for the day. Restaurant workers are setting up for the dinner crowd. The bus arrives 10 minutes later than scheduled. Traffic during rush hour slows down all transportation. The bus is more crowded than it was this morning. I find a seat near the back and place my bag on my lap to make room for other passengers. I take out my English learning book and read quietly while the bus moves through traffic. Today I am studying vocabulary related to business and professional communication. These words are useful both for my job and for general conversation skills. The bus stops frequently to pick up and drop off passengers. At each stop, I can see different neighborhoods and communities. Some areas have small shops and restaurants. Others have parks and residential buildings. The diversity makes the city interesting and vibrant. I listen to conversations around me while I read. A mother talks to her young son about his school day. Two teenagers discuss plans for the weekend. An elderly couple plans their grocery shopping. These everyday conversations remind me that everyone has stories and experiences to share. The bus passes through my neighborhood, and I recognize familiar landmarks. The grocery store where I shop. The park where I sometimes walk on weekends. The library where I check out books and use the computers. These places make my neighborhood feel like home. Evening at home. Family reconnection. The bus reaches my stop at 6:15. I step off and thank the driver as I did this morning. Consistency in small courtesies helps create a positive atmosphere wherever I go. Politeness costs nothing but makes interactions more pleasant for everyone. I walk down my familiar street toward home. The evening air is cool and comfortable. Many of my neighbors are outside working in their gardens or sitting on their porches. I wave and say hello to those I know. Community connections make neighborhoods safer and friendlier. Mrs. Johnson is watering her roses again. She explains that evening watering is better for plants because less water evaporates in the cooler temperature. I learned something new about gardening. Knowledge sharing between neighbors builds relationships and helps everyone. I reach my front door and take out my keys. The house looks welcoming with warm light glowing from the windows. I can smell dinner cooking inside. The familiar scents make me feel happy to be home after a long day at work. I open the door and call out, "I'm home." My family responds with cheerful greetings from different rooms. "Welcome back," calls Mom from the kitchen. "How is work?" asks Dad from the living room. Don't forget about homework help, reminds Maria from upstairs. I take off my shoes and place them neatly by the door. I hang my jacket in the closet and put my bag on the small table near the entrance. Having designated places for belongings helps keep the house organized and makes it easier to find things. I walk to the kitchen where Mom is cooking dinner. She is making spaghetti with meat sauce, which is one of my favorite meals. The sauce simmers in a large pot and smells rich and delicious. She also prepares a green salad with fresh vegetables from our garden. "How was your day?" she asks while stirring the sauce. I tell her about my successful phone call with the client and my progress on the important presentation. She listens with interest and asks thoughtful questions. Family support makes work challenges easier to handle. Dad joins us in the kitchen and we discuss our day's experiences. He had his doctor's appointment and received good news about his health. Maria did well on her math test. David's meeting at the bank went successfully. Sharing daily experiences helps families stay connected. We set the table together for dinner. I put out plates and silverware. Maria fills water glasses. David helps carry food from the kitchen. Mom lights a candle in the center of the table. Working together makes meal preparation faster and more enjoyable. Family dinner, quality time together. We sit around the table for our evening meal. This is one of the most important times of our day. Eating together as a family allows us to share experiences, discuss concerns, and support each other through challenges and celebrations. The spaghetti is perfectly cooked, not too soft, not too firm. The meat sauce has a rich flavor with herbs and spices that Mom learned from her grandmother's recipe. The salad is fresh and crunchy with tomatoes, cucumbers, and lettuce from our backyard garden. We talk about current events and community news. Dad mentions that the city is planning to build a new library branch in our neighborhood. This is exciting news because the current library is far from our house. Easy access to books and computers will benefit everyone in the community. Maria tells us about her school's upcoming science fair. She is working on a project about renewable energy sources. I offer to help her research information about solar panels and wind turbines. Education is a family priority, and we all support each other's learning goals. David shares news about changes at his bank. They are implementing new computer systems to serve customers better. He is taking training classes to learn the new technology. Continuing education is important in today's rapidly changing. Good job, everyone. You listened and read well. Practice makes perfect. See you in the next video. Goodbye, learners.